with that gang gang. You know we don't play games, bro. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' head stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. True love, we stay
what up, Bill?
Ahem, like I'm wheezy.
That's the good word, Beaches. Welcome to episode 1030. Yaboosh.
Okay, making sick fucking gains, okay. I like to make gains. Just trying to make some sick fucking gains.
Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you are all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack.
Now my day is complete. Oh, Chris, you complete me, my brother. You complete me. Where's the electric blue res anal fisting pre-workout you promised? It's in the works. It's under construction. One of those days for Blue Raz Electric. Anal fisting. It's one of those days.
This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe.
But you bump anyway.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
But you bump regardless.
East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, love with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, love with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, love with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, love with the gang gang, you know. Yeah, whoa, East Coast with that gang gang. You know we don't play games, bro. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' head stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. True love, we stay manned up. Ahem, like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, Drip so sick, I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, love with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, love with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, love with the gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang, love with the gang gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you are all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack.
All right, we're coming in live. Let's go, fam. Here we go. Episode 1035.
Oh.
Pinch your fucking nips. That's right. Pinch your fucking nips. Pinch your nips. Go nips.
The sun is shining.
The
The birds are chirping. The bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. 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 Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1034 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is up, my beaches? Oh, we are live, Juliet. Yes, we are. Kayla, Nathan, Ramon, Casey, what's up, Brian? Everyone that is catching Cash Me Live. That's Cash Me Live on the Daily. What is going on, Facebook? Hello, we're live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. We got some cool stuff coming up this week, going to be out of the Swole hole, so I will be still streaming live as best I can, but you can follow the journey. So first off, I'm just going to put that out there for everyone that's just joining now. Make sure that you are plugged into my Instagram story, because that is where you will be getting all the play-by-play. And you'll see where I'm going and what I'm doing, and and I'm not really doing anything fantastical. I am just going to be on the road for a little bit. So here's the thing, those of you that like to watch me live in different places, I will not be streaming live on YouTube, I will not be streaming live on Twitch, and I will not be streaming live on Periscope for the next few days, until next week. So the places to follow me, especially for live, is Instagram and Facebook. So when I go live, I'll be in those places. Even if I pop in for a few minutes live, really going to be a lot of Instagram and Facebook. So when I do the Daily Swole, you can expect it there. And for those of you that are club members, I'm going to do my best to make sure that you get your notifications on Messenger so you know when I'm going live. But just make sure you plug in everywhere like that, okay? And I usually take my Instagram stories and I share them to Facebook. If you look at Facebook stories, I try to put my shit wherever you like to see it. You know what I'm saying? I try to put my nuts wherever you like to put your chin. I always try to drop my nuts there, because it's just wherever you like to be, I want you to get the information. But I do my best. So the most important places are there. And I'll be giving you kind of, I'll be doing a lot of stuff on Instagram stories. So you'll see that there. Exciting shit. But we'll still be doing the Sunday Funday Q&A. We'll still be doing that type of stuff. So what's today? Wednesday? I'm trying to not get ahead of myself. I'm going to do my best to remember to post that picture, and that's going to be on Saturday. That way you can ask questions, and it's probably going to be earlier on Sunday because I'm going to be out later in the day for an event. So, but I'll keep you all up to date. I'll keep you up to date. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. There's still going to be tons of content. I'm going to be posting tons of shit. As always, nothing changes. So some other things that are in the news, the Swole news, remember to go check out the vlog. The latest vlog drop was at 137 Swole Motion on YouTube. I'm going to try to get another vid up for tomorrow. Got some nuts on chin. I got some nuts I want to put on your chin on YouTube. So I want to drop something there. Got some more driving while gainings coming. Lots of stuff, people. I mean, pinch your nips if you're really excited. Pinch your nips if you're really excited. Let's see what we got in the comments here. The peach is my next pump. Can't wait to watch this one. Yeah, we're going to talk about the glutes. We're going to talk about that booty. So if you have questions, I think I might be answering some questions if you got questions. So you can drop it down. But I'm going to be laying some swole taint today when we talk about glute training. It's leg day. Ironically, I'm not training. I'm training my top legs. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing arms today. I did legs yesterday. So fuck yo couch. Of course I get it. Of course Papa Swolio's a day ahead. Of course, if you're doing legs today, I fucking did legs yesterday. You heard? If you're doing legs tomorrow, I'm doing them today. You want to do them next week? I did them last week. Like, come on, man. Keep up. Keep up. Stop falling behind. Stop falling behind, fam. Stop falling behind. Step up your fucking game. Keep us up to date. Where we said, like, I want to get notified for the show. So here's how that works. If you want to get notifications before I go live, that's for Daily Swole Club members. So that's for people that donate, support the show, support the YouTube content. If you're interested, and I want to say a shout out, what up, Daily Swole Club peeps? I'm creating some cool gear that's going to be exclusive for Daily Swole Club members. I want to get the Daily Swole Club on some gear and stuff like that, like I mentioned. But if you want to join that, if you want to, and you don't have to, it's voluntary, right? It just supports the show. It's like a Patreon. It's a Swole Patreon. It's a Swoletreon. You can go to swolenormousx.com and you click in the main menu, Daily Swole Club, and you'll see all the options from $1 and above. Like it's really flexible, and I appreciate it. So any of you that are considering it or that already are members of the club, thank you. I thank you. It means a lot that you want to keep this ad free and you want to make sure that the Daily Swole grows and stays pure. And it's funny because we talked about that yesterday. I want it to stay a conversation, right? Whether certain episodes are more one-sided or that it's very interactive, like it always is. I want to make sure that it stays between us. I don't want there to be other people trying to stick their dick in the banana pudding, right? I mean, I don't want to eat that after there's other sack in there. That's not cool. That's not cool. I don't like that. I don't like that approach. And if you can avoid it, I think it's important to avoid it. It's important to keep the discourse open rather than have other people have, sway over it, It's one thing if I want to talk about a product or a service that I like just because I want to talk about it, but I want that to be authentic. I don't want it to be something where I'm running an ad or I'm talking about something I don't believe in just because they're giving me some money. That's not how Papa Swole rolls. At least not now. I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't want that. And here's the thing. I think that can be avoided forever, in perpetuity, as long as I have your support, your attention, and of course, as long as people continue to support on the Daily Swole Club, we'll keep it just like so. What's up? Let's see, Oliver. Let's see. Which one do you get the most interaction? What platform? Facebook and Instagram. I actually switched the stream. The stream used to be on YouTube on the main channel, but it was killing my analytics. People wouldn't see that. That's what was fucked up about YouTube. That's why I created the Daily Swole channel on YouTube separate, because from the streaming every day, it was killing my my distribution for the videos that I would edit, like the vlogs, like the nuts on chin and driving while gaining. It was killing the analytics for that because I was streaming. Not a lot of people watch live streams in general. It's always less, but I was getting the difference in views and interaction was so drastic. It was starting to pull down whenever I posted regular videos. People wouldn't see it because I was daily. So I was producing so much content. It was just actually hurting my analytics. So I created that second page. So I get good you see people post up on YouTube. I definitely get people. I mean, people are subscribing on that second channel a little bit more at a time. I just do it there because I want people that like to use YouTube to be able to use YouTube. So I feel like it was a simple, I thought it was a no-brainer to create a second channel. And then if people want to watch it on YouTube, they have the ability. They just got to follow that one. My butt is horrible. I need plastic surgery. Oh, come on now. Come on now. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful and swole. All right. Anyway, is this where the podcast is made? What do you mean? Like right now, this is the podcast you're watching live. And remember, if you're watching on Instagram, you just get it through the phone. If you just watch it on the Instagram, you just get it through the phone because I can't stream through Instagram. I can do a multi-stream, and of course, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook anywhere, you're getting the professional audio. If you're watching on Instagram, you're just getting it through the phone. So you might get background noise and shit that I can't hear with my headphones on. So that's just, I don't have the choice. Instagram doesn't allow yet. When they combine all their platforms, maybe they will. But for now, it's still just through the phone. Through the phone. What can you do? What can you do? I'll do it. I'll do what I can. No dirty dicks or pink drinks. Casey, that's wise words. Does hip thrust really work your butt? Yeah. I like Twitter. I find IG hard to use. Really? I still don't even know how to use Twitter. I use Twitter. I have a Twitter account and I post things. I don't even know how. I barely use Twitter. I'll answer things that people respond to me, but I open it once every, I don't know, maybe not even once a day. But I post things there and I use it for pictures and shit like that. And I'll post videos, but it's usually the same content or similar content. I don't use Twitter myself. I don't personally, I use Twitter for engaging. I don't know. I think that's also because I didn't start really pushing all my content hard on Twitter. Like I didn't grow a following on Twitter primarily. It was Facebook and Instagram and YouTube is what I did from the beginning. But I don't want to disrespect any platform. So I use it and I post things on it. I like it. I just never really actually used it for myself. So I don't use it like crazy. I like your man bun. I like it too. Sing it, Papa. Yes. One suggestion would be to get naked and stand in front of a full-length mirror, then work out. What is that? To like make yourself feel like, oh God, I gotta hit the gym. I look terrible naked, like that kind of shit. Let's see. Casey, tips to a healthy life. 1, eat good food. 2, water. 3, exercise. 4, Papa balls deep in your ear hole. Yeah, I like that. Hi from Spain. What's going on, Spain? What do you think about CBD oils for anxiety? I think there's probably a lot of people that benefit from it. What do I think about it? I don't know. Do you have anxiety? Do you take CBD oil and do you see benefits? How about that? Do you do HIIT? No, I don't do any of those like burpees and shit like that. No, I don't do that kind of stuff. First time usually listen to your pods. Thank you. Thank you. What's the second channel's name? On YouTube, it's just called Daily Swole Podcast. I think there's a couple hundred subscribers there. I don't monitor it really. Like I should probably go there and like poke around if there's comments on the videos, but I just stream it, boom, stream it and done. So I have to actually go back there and check and see what like things look like over there. But I literally just kind of post. So today's episode is Wednesday. I actually posted a brand new Arnold Swolio on Instagram and Facebook. I love those. I love those fucking videos. I can't even do those in my own voice anymore. I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to do those in my own voice. Like every time I go to do the memoji, it has to be the Arnold voice. So that's official. So Arnold Swolio, brand new video about training your poopa. Training your poopa. Yow. So that's cool. And for those of you that loved, I just got some notifications that I know I'm jumping from subject to subject, but there's a lot of things I want to talk about. I just got a notification that some of the pink drink stuff, I don't know if you got notifications, some of the pink drink content or the shipping is out there. Like the mugs are out, or at least mine was. I think some of the shirts have been shipped. So those should be coming in the next week or so. So that's exciting. I mean, I'm stoked about that. And there's going to be some new campaigns, some new, the way apparel is going to work is that a lot of the apparel that's currently available. So if you haven't yet checked out swolenormousapparel.com, go check it out because a lot of those options are going to be gone and they may or may not come back. So a lot of those things on the site are going to be gone, but there's going to be some special releases that are coming, a lot of them coming. So make sure that you just stay plugged into the content. I'll let you know when some new special edition things. So I'm going to do a lot of like limited releases and certain styles and certain phrasings and certain specific releases coming up because I have so many ideas and the store would just be absolutely overflowing. It's already overflowing, but it would just be too much. So there's going to be like specific, weeks or a couple days and certain seasonal things that are going to be released from time to time. So just stay plugged in because when I release it, it'll be available for one time only for a short period of time, and then it'll be gone. So I'll do different styles in the future, but a lot of one-offs. Like I have a lot of these ideas, and then it's going to be kind of like one and done. So make sure that you stay plugged in that way, and if you see something you like, you can get it. If not, it's going to be gone in the wind for life. So you can just just listen to the podcast. You'll hear about it. I'll talk about it. I'll post about it and shit like that. Is coffee an inflammatory? In what sense? Not that I'm aware of. I love coffee. Even if it was, I'd be like, that's the one thing that I'm getting inflamed the fuck out of my body with. Not that I'm aware of. Leave no pump behind t-shirt. Leave no pump behind. Face the truth. Face the truth. You have to face the truth. Face the reality. Let's see. Loved what you said about programs on your Tuesday podcast. Thank you. Tuesday was yesterday, and it's funny. I don't even remember what we talked about yesterday. I don't remember what happened like 5 hours ago. So I'm traveling tonight. So after this episode, I need to go get a pump on. I want to try to do some editing, but then I got to head to the airport. So follow the journey. Follow the journey, Papa Swole. It's going to be a really sweet vlog this week. So next one coming up on Monday is going to be awesome. So I'm doing arms today. Did you go to the Arnold? No, I don't like expos really. All right, so here we go. Today's episode 1034. Let's get a little bit more into the peach. Let's get a little bit more into the nips and the tits. So a lot of the questions that you're asking, make sure that you stay plugged in on Facebook and Instagram because I will be posting. I will post the picture on Friday or Saturday, about the Sunday Funday Q&A. So make sure that you stay tuned in. So if you have these questions that don't get answered, because we're going to move on with the content, I don't see a lot of the comments that come through because they scroll fast, but make sure that you tune in. And when that picture drops, if you turn on post notifications, you can ask your question. And if you're part of the Daily Swole Club, you'll get an email, of course, and you'll be able to get priority access for the Q&A. So just make sure that you stay plugged in and you're aware. That way you can ask your questions and get featured on the show, and I'll go into it in more depth on Sunday. So those peaches. How many of you did legs today? How many of you are skipping fucking legs like a jabroni? We still skipping legs, and it's amazing. What's amazing to me, first off, is that people still skip legs. Second off, people still are promoting a lot of this garbage on social media that I've been getting sent a lot of stuff lately, a lot of comments or a lot of videos, and a lot of these fitness quote pros that are saying that squats don't really build an ass, and the education is lacking so severely. People think that, oh, if I'm isolating, I'm working the glutes, and then squats aren't working my glutes, they're working my quads more. And we really have to get the discussion back to a scientific basis and a background of what those isolation exercises actually do and why squats are amazing for legs. They're amazing for glutes. However, it's important for the pieces to be part of the puzzle. Okay? No one's ever gotten just an amazing fucking ass just by doing, I shouldn't say no one, but you should not be approaching. You should not be trying to get an amazing ass or an amazing physique by only doing isolation exercises. You should not be only doing hip thrusts. You should not be only doing, glute kickbacks. You should not be only doing cables. You should not be only doing bands. You should not only be doing an isolation exercise. Now, what is an isolation exercise? It is a focused movement that works usually one joint. It's usually a single joint exercise. And the reason why isolation is important is it is your way or a method to do corrective exercise in the sense that you are stimulating, you're activating a specific muscle or a specific muscle group or a specific area of the body. And usually what happens is because people are sitting down so often, people are in the same position over and over again. Now think about what you do. When I talk about movement compensations, when I talk about people having bad posture, we usually go towards, okay, sitting in a car, sitting at a desk. It goes for anything. It goes for anything that is repetitive. So if you are reaching up and putting things on a shelf, if you work in like stocking or something like that, and you're always reaching up, that's a repetitive movement. If you're always twisting left, if you're always playing golf, if you're always, twisting and you're working at a desk and you're always turning to the left and always turning to the left, that's repetitive. You are going to get certain muscle imbalances depending on the severity and the frequency and the duration and how long you're doing these movements. You are going to get certain muscular imbalances that will likely affect your movement in all areas. So if you have muscles that are specifically tight for some reason on one side of your body, that's going to drastically affect the efficiency of those movements when you move bilaterally. So if you do a squat with two legs, it's going to affect you because you have different tension, you have different muscle lengths, you have different internal force on both sides of the body. So you might be rotating, your hips might be shifting to the right. Have you ever seen that when someone squats and their butt kind of like shifts to the left? You get that asymmetrical shift to the left or that shift to the right, or one knee moves or one foot moves, the other one doesn't. This can come from an injury. This can come from sitting down or leaning a certain way. This can come from limb length. Sometimes someone's leg is like a little bit longer on one side than the other. There are many, many factors. There are many, many factors when it comes to having an imbalance. But I want to make it clear that it's not just sitting down in a chair. It's not just sitting down in a car. Any type of movement or lack of movement that is done, any type of existence that is repetitive, any type, whether it's movement or it's being sedentary, whether it's standing and being stiff or sitting and being stiff or twisting to one direction, anytime you're doing a movement or a lack of movement over and over again for a long period of time, you are going to create some type of movement impairment. You are going to create a shift. You're going to create an imbalance in the body that can put you at risk for injury. It can affect your strength. It can affect your mobility. And really what I'm talking about here, you don't want these things to lead. These are preventable things. That's what's important to understand. When you have a movement impairment, it's preventable. You have to create that balance with corrective exercise, with being aware of it. That's why I talk about yoga all the time, because rather than saying, let's say there's a million people following all my content, and a million views every blah, 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 what time. I can't assess everyone. I can't walk everyone through some kind of movement assessment and specifically say, okay, you should be doing this corrective exercise. You should be doing 8 reps of this 3 times a week and blah, 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 blah. That's for a physical therapist. That's for one-on-one attention. So what kind of blanket statement, what kind of direction can I send people in when I do a podcast that I don't know when you're going to listen to this? A lot of you are listening to episode 200, right? Someone just mentioned, oh, you should make a t-shirt on this, episode 200 and this. I don't even remember that episode. I have to look and see the name like, oh, I remember that. I kind of, right? But episode 200, whatever, that was 800 days ago. That was what, over 2 years ago. So, I mean, I don't know when you're listening to the content. So you could be listening to this in 2 years. Okay, so whenever you're listening to this, what's important to understand is that you need to have the approach overall with your training that is actively assessing, reassessing, and addressing. Okay? Assessing, reassessing, and addressing these issues. So yoga. Yoga is the best way to constantly monitor your body. How many of you practice yoga regularly? I know if you're in Swolenormous X, you are absolutely practicing yoga lately. So if you're a Swolenormous X member, drop it in the comments now. But how many of you, regardless of that, how many of you are practicing yoga regularly? How many of you are practicing yoga regularly? And what I mean by regularly, let's say 2 or 3 times a week, at least once a week. But we're talking, like, I want to say you're kind of like minimal twice a week. All right. If you are practicing yoga and you've been doing it for months, years, or whatever, you know, and I want you now, after you say that, after you just put in the comments, yeah, me, this, I want you to respond to what I'm saying now. Would you agree that when you practice yoga, it becomes more of a constant kind of like daily assessment where you feel you do a little flow, right? You're not always trying to say push your flexibility to new heights, right? You're just doing some kind of like mobility stuff and you're going through the motions and you're kind of just feeling your body out. Every time you do it, you notice little things. Oh shoot, my right hip is a little tight today, or my left ankle is tight. And there's no necessarily rhyme or reason. You just might be tight on a certain side, or one thing might be tight, or oh, my left shoulder feels a little bit tight today. For whatever reason, maybe you slept on it. Maybe you're a little bit dehydrated and your body just didn't get enough water to your left shoulder. But you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like every time you practice, it becomes a daily assessment. It becomes a daily, like a scan. It becomes a body scan. You know, meditation helps with that too. But yoga helps you just kind of scan your body. So every day, and you know this, even when you're practicing regularly, and this is where people get fucked up with it, even when you practice regularly, people think, oh, I got some little like dry patch. You ever like get like a dry patch like in the back of your nasal cavity? It's like you're swallowing, but your saliva isn't touching one area of your throat. That's because there was a beard hair in there, or a mustache hair. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. Where was I? So whenever you practice yoga, even if you practice, so here's the thing, even if you practice regularly, what usually gets lost, because if you practice regularly, you think, oh, I'm just going to keep on getting more mobile. I'm just going to keep on getting more flexible. I'm just going to keep on getting better and better and better. Yes, over the long term. However, especially those of you that are practicing regularly, and you could drop this in the comments as well, I am quite certain you would agree with me that even if you practice daily, some days you get onto the mat and all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck? You're just tight. You're noticeably tighter even when you're practicing regularly for whatever reason. It could be sleep related. It could be hydration. It could be the weather. It could be who the fuck knows. So that's why the regular practice is important. That's why understanding that yoga is a practice is important, because you don't put pressure on always setting a PR. You're not trying to beat a time. You're not trying to beat a flexibility. You're not trying to beat, a joint angle when you practice yoga. You're just doing what your body will allow that day. And that's it. That's it. There's no stress with yoga. It's just you go there. You don't have expectations. You go there, you go to the mat or you get on the ground or whatever, and you just do a little something. And it doesn't have to be an hour flow, but whatever you do, it's just, it's who the fuck knows. You're just doing some yoga and I felt fucking weird today. Okay. It doesn't matter. You're not bad. You're not good. You're just, that's what your body wanted to do today. That's how you feel today. That's fine. You accept that and you move on. So when you're doing that regularly, the reason why I tell everyone to do yoga is because you'll notice these subtle changes. You'll notice when your hip starts feeling tight. You'll notice when your left calf starts feeling tight. And then you're less of a dumb fuck. You're less of a fucking idiot when you go and train, because if you just go to the train, oh, I loosen up and I train hard, you're less likely to have that squat session that fucking blows out your knee. When you're practicing yoga regularly and you know that your left or your right hip and your right knee has been kind of tight and locked up, you're practicing mobility and you're less likely to push yourself necessarily as hard because you're aware that your right side of your body, something's going on there. So you're more aware until it loosens up. The more in tune you are with your physical body, as well as like your emotional and your psychological, the more in tune you are, the less likely you are to push and do things that your body is not ready to do for whatever reason. So if you have one side of your body that's locked up for whatever reason, it's not a good idea to do heavy fucking squats. You are putting yourself at a much higher risk category. And if you get injured, that's one of the biggest things that's going to set you back from making progress is an injury, because you're just fundamentally not being consistent, because you can't be. You can't be consistent when you get injured. You have to take a step back and you have to recoup and you have to repair and you have to catch up to where you were. And that can be very psychologically burdensome for people. So practice yoga. That will help you understand when muscles and things are out of alignment. So the activation aspect of moving wrong or being in a hip locked position or having movement impairments, when you practice yoga, you'll be more aware of that. And the activation exercise, like a hip thrust, when you're really isolating the hip joint, you're never really isolating just the hip joint. You're never really isolating just the hip joint. I want to clarify for all these fucking jabronet. I'll call them jabronet because there are a lot of women out there that are always posting hip thrusts and the bands and booty this and booty this. Okay. You're never really just working your glutes because there's so many muscles that cross the hip joint, not just the glutes. You have the hamstrings, you have the quads, not all the quads, but you have adductors. You have a lot of muscles that cross the hip joint that are being worked, okay? The important thing to understand about activation is that when you're doing activation or glute targeting exercises is that your form is as perfect as you can get, that you're putting your body in a proper postural position, the proper dynamic posture. You're not arching your back. You're doing it properly in order to make sure that the glutes are not only getting the most focus of the movement, but that you are retraining and remapping the body to understand, okay, when I activate the glutes, it's in this posture. When my body is in this position, my glutes are going to be the ones that fire. So when you're training, it's not about how much you're lifting when you're doing those types of activation exercises. It's not how much you're lifting. It's not the speed. It's are the muscles that should be working in the postural position that you are doing it. And a lot of people will go and they'll do an isolation exercise and they think, oh, cool, I activated my glutes. And they go back to doing squats and they're still crushing their hamstrings and their quads because they haven't retrained their body. One set and just activating your glutes does not teach the body anything in terms of activating the glutes more. When you're squatting, your body will default back to the old patterns. So it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice, and it doesn't happen by doing a week or two of activation. A lot of times this might take weeks and months. And most people don't have patience or the awareness or the understanding and the education to realize that it's not going to happen in a week. Oh, I did some bands, some lateral tube walking. Let me go back to doing squats. You're still not hitting that for shit. You're still going back to your old form. Oh, I did it for a week or two. Yeah, you'll start to see some progress. Like it's a combination of mobility, of loosening up these muscles that are tight, that are causing you to move improperly. It's a combination of doing those activation exercises. However, it's also important to integrate that properly, because once you start adding all these other joints, the ankles and the lower back and the shoulders into the equation, your body is very quickly going to default to those bad habits. That's why yoga is so important, because it integrates the whole body very, very nicely. Yeah, Kyle, that's a great point, but that's where people usually get it wrong. They do a little glute activation. They squeeze the glute through the whole motion. You're not going to, like during a squat, you don't need to necessarily squeeze the glutes. Like that's when you do a deep squat, you're not able to squeeze the glutes from like a deep position. And a lot of people try to squeeze the glutes too much and they're not bracing properly and they're not, there's a lot of different psychological aspects. The whole point is that your body needs to be activating and firing the glutes regardless of whether you're consciously like squeezing them, because if you're squeezing them, you're going to affect other body postures and things like that. But that gets into like the whole entire movement. Like it depends on what movement you're talking about. So I'm talking about squat, for example. But if you're talking about, for example, in isolation, yeah, you have to make sure the muscle's activated and make sure that you're not deactivating it by excessive, like, lordotic curve. You're arching your back a lot and things like that. And that's where most of the fuck, I mean, I have some more DWGs coming. That's where all like the Gymshark shit and all these fucking girls that wear these pants up to their fucking nipples. I don't know why. I don't know where the waist of pants, why that makes it look. I mean, they fucking wedge it up their fucking pussy. Like, I don't know how much camel toe you need. I have a great rant from this one fucking jabronette that is completely, she looks like she's never lifted before in her life the way she trains. She wedges it so far up her fucking puss. It's like, why does the waistband of your tights have to be like right under your breasts? So when did this Urkel style come back? I'm not saying these girls don't have nice bodies and whatever like that, but I'm going to make the fun of whatever the fuck I want to. I don't know why they pull them up so high. So they wedge them up their puss, and then of course they look like they have a butt because when you fucking pull it up all the way to your rib cage, yeah, your waist looks tinier because it's fucking up at your ribs. That's not even your waist. It's all the way up. And then they have like that fucking moose knuckle down there that looks like, you know, the jaws of a fucking alligator because it's so far up there. And then, and it's anyway. So what? And then the gym selfies and the booty selfies. It's lower back arch, and you can see it in their lower back. And if you know kinesiology, this is nothing new. That's why women like heels, because when you wear heels, you go into extreme plantar flexion. And when you do that, you throw off the entire postural alignment of the body, and you're forced to stick your butt out and arch your back more. So it gives the illusion that the butt is more prominent when it's not. And ironically, not only does, you know, wearing high heels fuck the shit up out of your feet and your ankles, like it's the worst thing you could probably do to your body. One of the worst things, easily top 5, is wearing any kind of heels, let alone high heels in the toe box. It just fucks your feet up. Like you're seriously destroying your posture and your body, and you're rushing yourself down the path to chronic pain and injury. So aside from high heels being absolute trash, what it does is it throws off the alignment, so you have no chance or no choice but to stick your butt out and to arch your lower back. Otherwise, you're going to fall forward. So then you have the lower back that gets super, super tight. The glutes shut down because they're constantly extended. Then you have the hip flexors that get tighter, the psoas muscles and stuff like that, and the rectus femurs. All these things. I got gas. All these things, anterior pelvic tilt. And then it makes it look like you have a butt when you don't have a butt. And then you start doing, because those muscles are not activated properly, when you start doing squats, of course, you're using your quads and your hamstrings more. Your glutes are shut down. They're not working properly. And it's like a vicious cycle where you think you have a bigger butt because you're arching a lot. And then you just keep on doing that. Eventually you blow out your fucking disc, or you have chronic back pain, or you have neck pain, or you hurt your knee or your ankle. And it's coming from all this misalignment, of course. Like if you have hip impairment and you have hip misalignment, your knees are at risk big time. You shouldn't be having ACL tears from, you know, non-contact injuries. Like that should be minimal, but super, super prevalent because people's alignment and their posture is so jacked up. Do you ever get joint pain from lifting, and what do you do for it? What do you mean? Like soreness? Do I get joint pain? If you have joint pain, you need to go to the source. If you're practicing yoga, you're eating a lot of healthy fats, and you're taking care of your body, you'll minimize joint pain. If you have joint pain, that's a sign. Don't avoid it. You need to figure out what it is. It could be coming from food and diet. Could also be coming from repetitive movement. Why, thank you. No shame here. I love my high-waisted leggings. I understand why women like it, because it makes you look better. It makes your body look better than it is. And that goes for everyone. I know. Why do women wear makeup? Because it makes them look prettier. Why do guys wear certain styles, or why do women wear certain clothes? Because they feel sexier. They feel this. But when you wear the fucking pants up to your tits, yeah, it makes your ass look bigger. It makes the distance or whatever. It's an illusion. It's like those high socks. It makes your legs look longer than they are. It's just an illusion. It's an optical illusion. Women have been masters of optical illusions for beauty for centuries. Like, this is nothing new. Makeup, all these things, right? And it's not sexist. It's just fucking true. It's fucking true. It's just, that's how, why do you think the makeup industry is so fucking huge? Because you don't have to put in any work. You don't have to fucking exercise or eat healthy. Oh, you have unhealthy looking skin? Just Put fucking makeup over it. Boom. I look prettier. Bam. How you like me now, biche? Think about it, right? Isn't that fucking weird? Isn't that fucking weird? We talk about everyone's complaining about how society is so superficial, but fucking, you're the ones that are putting on makeup all the time. Of course, it's literally that's literally anatomically superficial. When you put makeup on, that's called superficial. It's fucking on the outside. That's it. You know. Anyway, you get the point. I'm not saying I don't like makeup. I'm not saying you shouldn't like makeup, but it's funny when you think about it in that sense. It's like, fuck, I don't have to eat healthier and take better care of my skin. I can just put shit on top of it and cover it up. Oh, they actually make something called Cover Up. It's just like, oh my God, everyone's so full of shit. Everyone's so full of fucking shit. Yeah. Anyway, but that's instant gratification. That's why the makeup industry is always going to be huge, because you can get, even if you eat healthy and do all that stuff, ladies, I know you're still going to put on makeup, but that's why makeup is so popular, because it's like, boom, snap your fingers, instant looking better, instant feeling better. You feel sexier. I know all the aspects of it. I get it. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying that's the fucking truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah. It's instant looking better. Who wouldn't want that, right? But everyone's trying to look for it like in terms of a pill now, right? A quick diet. I want to lose weight for this. I want to look better for my trip. I want to look better. Fuck, I hate those goals. I hate that shit. I want to look better for a trip coming up. I want to lose weight because I'm going away on a vacation. I want to lose weight because I have a wedding coming up. Maybe you should want to lose weight and start eating healthier and think about the next 60 years of your life so you don't fucking die young. I don't think there's any other goal that you need. I know everyone's going to have their goals, and I'm not saying you can't set them. I'm not saying you can't want to look good for your vacation or for your wedding. I understand why you'd want that, but the whole mindset, it's like fucking, like that's going to be your reason. You're going to want to look good for this trip so you can go out and drink and booze and eat crap on that vacation and literally snap back from everything that you did to get there. You're going to look great for your wedding dress. You're going to go to all these extremes so you can fit into this fucking ugly ass skin tight white fucking dress because you grew up watching Disney movies and you want to look so pretty in my wedding. And you fucking get in there. And then after that, you eat cake and you fucking drink and then you're married and then you're not trying to look as attractive anymore. Then just boom. Then it just goes. Want great skin? Eat clean and stop eating shit. Your skin is an organ. So for any of you that maybe if you have a lot of breakouts, it's because of your nutrition. It's because of your health. If you have low quality skin, if you don't like the quality of your skin or the color of your, not the color of your skin, but the health, because when you eat higher fat, like your skin will look thicker and more rich, like whatever color your skin is, whether you're black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter what your race is, like your skin quality will improve if you're eating healthier. Your skin quality, the quality of that organ. It's like any other organ. If you want your liver to be healthy, you shouldn't be pounding it with alcohol, correct? Same thing with your skin. If you have chronic acne and it's coming down from stress, environmental factors, what you're eating. What do you think gives nutrients to the skin? It's what you eat. It all comes down to what you eat. Everyone's asking me, what do you do for your skin? Your skin looks so this. I eat super fucking good food. Tons of high fat stuff. I eat real shit. I rarely drink. I rarely do anything. Like that's why my hair, my nail, like, oh, your hair and your beard. Yeah, it's genetic too. But at the same time, my skin looks great because I eat, if that's what you think, because I get a lot of comments and compliments. Hey, your skin looks so good. What do you put on this? I eat really good food. I sleep. I meditate. I do yoga. I take care of my body. That's why. My hair is so shiny also because I don't wash it. It's just grease. I don't wash my fucking hair. Why? Why would I wash it? No, I'm kidding. Actually, I do need to wash it today. It's been like a day or two. My hair is, people always ask me about my hair. I don't even know. I think I use some kind of natural shampoo, some natural herbal essences, but it's like a natural version. I don't know. There's probably better choices, but I don't, it doesn't bother me. Whatever I'm using, it works for me. I usually like to use things without any chemicals and phthalates and all that shit. Meditation helps the skin too. Anything that manages your stress. And when I say stress, people always think about like, oh, I'm stressed from work, or I'm stressed from, emotional stress. But emotional is physical stress. That's a difference. Emotional stress, psychological stress is physical stress because that is going to release certain hormones in the body. That's going to elevate cortisol levels. When you have these stress hormones that elevate based on whatever stress, whether it's physical stress or emotional stress, it's going to manifest physically. And that's where a lot of like the practice of yoga comes in, because you release a lot of that physical stress that gets built up and stored up in the body based on those emotional and psychological factors. So when you manage it with regular meditation, with a regular yoga practice, you are going to chronically decrease those stress hormones. I mean, they're going to raise when you exercise. Like, stress hormones are good, but the chronic elevation and the chronic presence of stress hormones is not good. This is what's leading to chronic disease. This is what's leading to that fat storage around, like you just can't get rid of this fat area. It's because of the toxins. It's because of the chronic stress. It's because of all these fucking things. And when you have fat storage and you have body issues because of these stress imbalances chronically over a long period of time, most people are impatient. But I have this little area of fat. I have this. Well, a lot of times it could take years. It could take a decade to get to repair your hormone damage, your endocrine system. It can take years. And most people are so fucked up and really, really badly fucked up. They don't realize how badly they are fucked up. If you haven't been eating healthy and taking care of this and you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, yeah, it's been your entire life that you have not paid attention or known about this at all. So it's going to take a long fucking time to repair the damage that you've done. That's it. That's it. It really takes a long time. It's not magic. This stuff is real, and this stuff is really damaging to the body. And when you chronically fuck up your hormones, your endocrine system, year after year, decade after decade, it's going to take a long time to repair it. Where are we going here? Are we getting into makeup in the comments? David, I'm saying lipstick is a way for women to signal to men, look at me. Probably not the person's intention, but biologically, that's why it comes across. Yeah, of course it's the person's intention. Of course. Yeah, makeup is sexual signaling. That's science. That's psychological. That's social. That's science. Doesn't mean that. But then you get into the whole, I mean, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole because I'm no expert, but there's so much content out there. It's when people start using that as saying, well, you're saying that every woman that wears makeup is saying, come and fuck me. And then you get into like rape culture. And then it's like, oh God, fucking, that's not the point. You know, when we talk about from a biological aspect, think about those birds, right? Think about the birds, right? That when you're mating, like the males that like, the birds that go, and just fucking show their colors and stuff. Yeah. Guys are like, come on, let's bang. Come on, let's make some babies. Let's make some babies, motherfucker. Yeah. Women want to look pretty. But here's the thing. Women are always saying, I want to look pretty. I want to look pretty for me. I want to feel good about myself. Well, you're going to look good for other people too. Like, what do you think this is? You want to look pretty for yourself because you look pretty for other people. Like, it makes you feel good. I get it. It's okay. People need to embrace that shit. Like, when you want to look good for other people, it makes you feel good. Fine. We all have an ego. It's okay. It's all right. Everyone's got their reasons. However, a lot of times those reasons get marred by what you tell yourself those reasons are. Yeah, peacocks and shit like that. It's all right. Guys do it too. Guys, when you look in nature, you see it a lot, right? Guys peacock in real life too. Males do it. That's right, Juliet, right? Yeah, pretty for yourself, for others. But that's what I'm saying. No one's putting on makeup just because I feel pretty. Yeah, but if everyone's like, you're fucking gross looking, you're going to still feel shitty, right? In a lot of cases because like, oh shit, they don't like it. When people like ladies, I mean, if someone compliments you on your makeup, you feel amazing, don't you? Like, oh, I love your makeup. Oh, thank you. Even when it's another woman, you're like, someone else likes it. In your head, you're like, damn straight, bitch. Recognize my flavor. Look at my style. Yeah. Things would be a lot simpler in this world, especially socially, with all these issues we have now between races and men and women and all those issues that I think those are more issues that the news perpetuates. I don't think a lot of people like in their daily life really think this way at all. How, in terms of, everyone tries to make it seem like it's a bigger social issue than it really is. So when you look at it from a biological aspect, even with fitness and just health in general, when you look at it for, oh, we're animals, this is what animals do to mate. It just all makes sense. You're like, yeah, okay, that's how it works. No shit. We just forget how much we are just fucking animals. We forget that we're just, hey, we do other things. We're smarter, quote unquote. Like we're still learning a lot of things. We're just higher on the food chain. But if you just dumb it down to like, oh, the basics, yeah, we're just doing things a different way. But, you know, men are trying to get women and women are trying to get men, and they're trying to have babies and raise the babies and protect their babies and have shelter and have food and do something and this, and that's it. That's why we all live in certain areas, because we need community, and that's why cities are popular. And that's it. That's it. That's it. So anyway, that we talked about everything today. We talked about peach smashing. We talked about activation. We really went a lot deeper than just peach smashing. But I do want to tell you that we have some great workouts on the Gain Train blog. I know it's been like a week or two, or maybe like a month. I need to update and put a new workout on there and some new content. There'll be some more stuff. There'll be probably more like blog and articles and stuff like that on the blog, because there's a blog. But you'll get some there's nutrition stuff up there already for those of you that are interested in learning more about the elimination diet, inflammatory foods. There's some workouts out there. There's some glute activation exercise breakdowns, as well as some glute workouts, like some single leg stuff and some glute activation exercises and stuff that you can learn more about on the Gain Train blog. And that's at swolenormousx.com. I want to give another special shout out to my Daily Swole Club members. Thank you for supporting the podcast and for supporting the YouTube content and everything. Go check out the YouTube channel, subscribe to me everywhere. Make sure you're following me. I will be out of the Swole hole for the next couple days. So those of you that follow, make sure that you are turning on post notifications on Facebook and Instagram. Just follow Instagram primarily if you want the play-by-play and you want to know all the details, because I'll be posting those things, you know, step by step in my story. Hey, I'm going live here, this, that, and the other. But I'll share that to my Facebook story for my page. And I'll try to do a double live stream when I can, when I'm doing I'll have my headset on and shit like that, so we can do the podcast. But the podcast is, you know, obviously goes on all the time, not missing a day. So just make sure that you plug in and you follow me for all the latest and the greatest. And I'll see everyone tomorrow for episode 1035 of the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because we're not flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. I will see you tomorrow for 1035. Have a good one. Get your pump on. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Ho, 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 ho. Out.